A few weeks ago, I filmed this video here where I talked about all of the fragrance oils that had become best-selling candles as a candle maker that has been in the business for about five-ish, more than 5 years now. And I thought at the end of that video that it would be a really great idea to do the same thing about cold processed soap and fragrance oils in cold processed soap. Because if I have made over 1,000 candles in my journey, I have made at least like 3 or 4,000 bars of soap, including minis and custom orders, etc. So what better to do today than talk about the top picks of fragrance oils for cold processed soap that you can count on to turn out every single time. Let's do it. Hi there. We are a little bit struggly today because it is actually my very last day of summer break before I have to go back to school. Well, technically, today's Friday. I go back on Monday. So I only have 2 days left. It calls for celebration. We're going to go out to dinner later, but I really wanted to get this video filmed and I wanted to kind of bump it up in the line just because that fall fragrance video had some legs and I was really glad to see that. Now, these are the fragrance oils that I have tried and true. They work every single time I need them. I don't have to worry about them turning out to be like a strange color or turning brown, like any of those things. I don't have to worry about when I use these fragrance oils. And I think that's so important because especially if you're a newer maker, it is expensive and a huge waste of time to make soaps if you don't know how they're going to turn out when you add your fragrance oil to them, right? Not only are you going to be upset and disappointed, but you've then wasted a bunch of money. So first and foremost, I have Midwest. And Midwest, I only have one fragrance from them because I am newer to using their products. We've talked about this in a couple of recent videos, but I was really never super into Midwest, not for any particular reason, but I had the ones that I loved and continue to love to this day. So it just, I kind of closed myself off from looking at new suppliers. But the more Midwest started showing up in my feed after their rebrand, it like made me excited and like really wanted to try. So I have been trying them. And the fragrance oil that I wanted to highlight from Midwest, just from the few that I have tried, is blueberry, lychee, and sugar milk. It smells so, so good out of the bottle. When I made my soap, I had no issues with it. When I took it out of the mold and first cut it, okay, the colors did go through some changes, but I'll show you. I actually have one somewhere. Thought I had one. I know I have one somewhere. I'll grab it. The colors went through quite a few changes, and it's definitely a trust the process kind of moment because it did turn out the final color that I wanted it to be, but I didn't think it was going to get there. Let me grab it. Hold on. Here we go. This is just the end of the bar. And I did just like a cute social media idea that you could do. I did make a few cute reels with it and posted them both on my pop-up markets, Instagram and Facebook. And it was kind of like a guessing game. I gave them like one extremely vague hint to see if they could guess the fragrance of the bar. Smells so good. 2 people actually did, so that was really cool. And then I gifted them one of the bars. Just a really great and easy way to build community, and that is definitely a fragrance oil that you can trust when making cold processed soap. Next up on the list, we have Wholesale Supplies Plus. I'm a huge fan of Wholesale Supplies Plus. I find myself ordering from them quite often. Truly, you can't beat the free shipping over $25, even though they do have that processing fee or handling fee, whatever they call it. I think it's $6.95. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. And I have noticed that they have started offering rewards points, which is always really great. So definitely recommend as a supplier. But as far as cold processed soaps go, my number one and probably one of the, if not the top selling soap for me is the oatmeal and honey. But it is specifically the oatmeal milk and honey original fragrance oil 105. Sorry, I have all of my things listed on my computer and I don't want to say the wrong one because they do have more than one, but that one specifically, I love it. I put oatmeal in a blender and make oat flour from it and add that to the bars. It's just such a really nice bar. It just acts super nicely when you are trying to make it and mix it into soap batter. I've never had any issues, and the color that it turns is really just like a really nice oatmeal color. The second one from Wholesale Supplies Plus is the Cactus Blossom type. That one turned out very nicely. It was super easy to work with, and I felt like I had a long time to like work with the batter and kind of try to get the mix right. I made regular size bars with it, and then I made minis, which I don't have any of the large size bars left, but I do have a couple of minis. Sorry. But yeah, the colors turned out exactly how I wanted them to. No issues. Still smells pretty good. Works every time I try and use it. Moving right along for me is Brambleberry. I do like so many things from Brambleberry, and that is in fact where I get my Lots of Lather quick mix that I use to make my cold process soaps. The three fragrances that I wanted to highlight from here are number one, Peach Prosecco. I love Peach Prosecco. It was, if I'm not mistaken, the very first fragrance oil I ever bought to make soap with, and I still use it to this day. I just made shampoo bars with it. They smell wonderful. The soap always turns out exactly how I want it to. I have plenty of time to work with it. It's just a really nice fragrance, and the scent retention is like top tier. It really is great. Then we have Sea Salt and Lily. And while this soaked perfectly, I loved it. The fragrance held really nicely. It was very, very wonderful. I don't know why I struggled to sell this one. Like it smelled really, really good. And I did use it all the way back in the beginning of my journey. So it could have just been that my audience was like a handful of people, and maybe that's why. I just remember having a hard time selling it, but it was so easy to use. Maybe I need to get it again and see if I like encounter the same like issue. I don't know if I would or not. Maybe we should try that. Maybe we need to do like a little test after the fall season. I'm going to put that on the back burner because it is a really, really nice fragrance. And I don't know why it didn't sell. And like I said, what more can you ask for if it soaks easily and turns out how you expect it, right? And then the final one is, of course, the pink mimosa. I could not make this video without talking about pink mimosa. It turns out perfectly every time. I have plenty of time to work with it. I've tried several different designs, and it just turns out to be a really nice bar. The fragrance lasts a long time. It's really easy to work with. And yeah, those are really my favorites from Brambleberry. Again, I have so many more fragrance oils reviewed on my fragrance oil spreadsheet. I just was trying to stick to the ones that are like tried and true that I can count on every single time for this video. But the other oils are in the second and third tier of my fragrance oil spreadsheet on Patreon. Okay. The next supplier that I wanted to talk about was Dupe Fragrance. Love Dupe. Fragrance oils that I have tried and true, tested, and can count on so far are Neon Dragon Fruit. I absolutely love that one. Then Malibu Christmas. I love that fragrance, and I personally don't find it to be overly Christmassy. It was a bar that I had year round. I need to make it again, actually. It's been a minute since I've had it, so that would be good to stock again. But like I said, it soaked really nicely. I was able to add stuff to it. It doesn't discolor. It turned out to be really, really nice. And I think that it would be a great addition year round, not just for Christmas. And finally, St. Bart's, which is the way, I think they also call it St. Bart's actually. It's I absolutely love. This is a bar that sells out every single time that I make it. It just smells so good and like it smells fresh. And if you're like coming into the summer months, like I probably wouldn't make it right now as we're heading into fall and winter, but I would absolutely make it in the spring heading into summer. It is perfect for that. The bars last, obviously the fragrance lasts for a really long time. It has really great retention, and I loved working with those oils from Dupe. And finally, you knew it was coming. You knew I was going to be talking about Cynthia Sarah. Nobody is surprised. And I know this. I love talking about Cynthia. Y'all know. So as far as fragrance oils for soaping go, the ones that I absolutely love, number one, Ocean. Ocean smells so clean and fresh. And I know we're talking about soap, but I previously made it in perfume, and people would follow me around and then ask me like what perfume I was wearing. It smells so, so good. I renamed it to High Tide just because it's a little bit more localized to me. And it was super, super popular. The soap always sells out. The fragrance lasts throughout the entire bar. It's very easy to work with. And I also find that, in some bars, like I've been going on this journey to cure or stop my glycerin rivers from happening in my bars of soap. And High Tide doesn't even like glycerin river. It ends up turning out so nicely every single time I make it, and I'm always really happy with it. Then we have White Tea and Thyme, which again is another fragrance that I love. Well, this is not it. This is it though. I have little minis I can show you. I actually might be able to dig out an old picture of a full size bar that I made. It smells wonderful and is super easy to work with, and it doesn't discolor. The white stays white, which is what I go for, right? When I'm trying to make those like bolder designs, I do love to use titanium dioxide, and it works really well with this fragrance oil too. We have my next favorite, eucalyptus mint, which I am not a eucalyptus fan, so I almost didn't get this fragrance oil, but I'm so glad that I did. And it turns out so beautifully. I have plenty of time to make a design. I have plenty of time to work with it. I have no issues with it. It just, again, I keep saying the same thing, but it's true. It just ends up turning out to be a really nice bar of soap. Then we have two more and an honorable mention that I found in the back of my closet that I decided I absolutely had to share with you. Next one is going to be Nordic Meadows. It used to be called Layla. I love this fragrance oil. And when I tell you that I love this fragrance oil, of course it soaps nicely. That's the theme of this video. But it is such a nice floral that doesn't smell like fake flowers. And I cannot stress that enough. If you are looking for a floral fragrance, but can't find one that doesn't smell fake, this is the one that you need to try. It smells wonderful. The soap that it makes is great. And this is also one that I find after you use the soap in the shower and then you leave the bathroom, but then you have to go back in the bathroom to get something, you can smell it in the air. And that's important to me. Like, I don't want to leave the bathroom and then come back and it not smell like something, right? Like, I want it to smell nice. I want it to smell fresh. And this is a fragrance that lasts for a really long time in the air. So it gets extra points from me, particularly for that. Finally, we have Bright Sunshine. Love Bright Sunshine. It's really great. I don't do any complicated design, so I can't speak to how long it stays nice for, but I had crushed walnut shells to mine, or like milled walnut shell, fine ground walnut, whatever you want to call it, like the little tiny speckles of walnut shells to make a nice exfoliating bar. And I have plenty of time to do that. So take that as you will, but it is a really nice fragrance and lasts super long in soap. Now, here is my little honorable mention because I was cleaning my bathroom closet, and when I have like extra products that, it only made like a half a bar, or it only made a half a bottle of something, or like, my youngest dug her hand in there, so I'm not going to sell it. Like something like that happens. I have a little basket that I keep in my bathroom closet that I end up using, right? Or depending, I'll give it to my sister or my best friend. I was cleaning a said closet the other day and found this bar of soap here. Looking brand new too. Look at it. It doesn't even look like it's old, but it smells so good. When I tell you, this is almost 3 years old. I am so serious. I made this so long ago that I totally forgot I had ever even offered it as a soap. And when I went back and looked at my spreadsheet of notes, it soaped wonderfully, and it gave me so much time that I was able to add in little like gold mica lines to the batter. And now, like, as I'm going through, I'm remembering that. So definitely have to check this one out. It smells so good and fresh, and it's a really great unisex fragrance as well. And it is Simbi's African King. Dude, it smells so good. After 3 years, I can like clearly still smell it. Isn't that crazy though? I have to say, like, I'm really surprised because I found also in that mix, I found a bar that was white tea and thyme also from Simbi, and that one had started to discolor. But I'm pretty sure I made them at about the same time. So they would both be about 3 years old, and that one has definitely discolored. I'm still using it and it still works fine, but that one has definitely discolored, and this one is still just as fresh as it was the day I made it. All right. That is my list. Check on my Patreon if you need more cold process soaping notes. I'm happy to provide them. I also have in my third tier where you can voice record a question or comment or something that you have for me, and I'll pop it up here during my videos every Sunday, and you will receive an answer to it. So check those out if you're interested. If you want me to break down a supplier, please let me know that as well. I would love to do that, but if there's no interest, then I probably will just like go back to my typical vlogs. Otherwise, I'll see you next week. Bye.